Hello everyone, this is Running on Empty Food Review. Well, hello ladies, gentlemen, and everyone watching. Welcome one and all to this newest edition of the Running on Empty Food Review series. I'm your host, the Report of the Week. Thanks for checking in. Alright, this is a non-McDonald's review, for once. Though if you want, you could pretend this is McDonald's. I mean, you could pretend. What do I care? But the truth is, this is Popeyes. And that doesn't sound like McDonald's to me, so I am going to assume that it's not. This is a menu promotion. I believe that they've done this before, but sometimes I get some requests for Popeyes. There isn't a ton that's been released as of late, a couple things, but most of the time it's just these meal deals that Popeyes does from time to time in between new releases. So they've brought back their surf and turf combo. So here's what it is. It's going to be a straightforward review. The surf and turf combo, and as a matter of fact, I'm going to break precedent. It comes with a drink. I got a Coke, and I'm going to take a sip of that Coke right now because I could feel like my voice kind of needs it. I was going to wait, but you're just going to get the real deal here. Normally I'm not a soda drinker, but I wanted to authentically stick to the meal. Alright, that has helped. Sometimes you get something caught in your throat, and I figured I could either just take a sip of the drink, or just be there clearing my throat the whole review, and that wouldn't be fun, it'd probably be annoying. So anyway, here's what it is. It's a meal deal. You could get it at the price of $6 for the most part, though I paid $8 because I guess I'm so special. Here's what it comes with. 4 butterfly shrimp, 2 chicken tenders, a biscuit, a side, and a drink, and 2 sauces. You can get those sauces too, which looks like I left on the other side of the table, but we'll get to those when we need to. And again, it's a meal deal, so you kind of get some seafood, some of their chicken as well. Again, those butterfly shrimp. You get those chicken tenders, sauce to dip the tenders in. You get a side, a drink, and a biscuit. Now the side, I went with fries. A drink, again, usually I just drink water or caffeinated beverages, one or the other. But for the sake of things, I thought, I don't know, what would people usually go with? So I got a Coca-Cola. So that's what this is. Again, I kind of broke into that already. I didn't mean to, but I had to. Coke is fine, sweet, carbonated, standard soda. Between $6 and $8 in price. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take a little bit of a sample of this. We're going to try a little bit of everything. And we're just going to assess whether this is a good deal or not, how the quality is, because some people might say, yeah, if it's $6, you might be getting a good amount of food for it, but does it taste good? So we're going to find that out. All right, here's the box that it comes in. Again, you can see Popeyes right there. With various insignias. They call that a snare drum. Love that chicken right there. No love for the shrimp, I guess, but we love that chicken. And let's open this up and see what we have. Alright, so this is... They're really utilizing the space here. Take a look at that. Those are some big tenders. We got these 2 big tenders. You can get a variety. I got the spicy tenders, because it's like you could just get any sort of tenders. I like the spicy stuff, so I went with that. I'd assume that they'd be spicy. You can kind of see some of the shrimp. I bet the rest of the shrimp is kind of underneath the tenders. And there's the biscuit right there. And the side, I think I mentioned I went with fries. But you can see they're using all the room in the box. Let's hold up a tender here for a better view. Alright. There's the tender. Kind of looks like a little boot or something that you could kick someone with. Why you'd want to do that, who knows, but just getting that out there. Crispy. Very crispy. Well breaded. And again, of decent size if I may say so myself. As for the shrimp, there it is. Kind of irks people when I do this, but you can eat the tail with these, believe it or not. It's not going to kill you or anything. And we'll hold up a fry. What the heck? Why not? We'll just hold up everything. You can see that. All looks well seasoned, well breaded, all that good stuff. So that's important. Comes with, of course, your napkins too. All right, what I'm going to do, because again, I know that I put the sauce on the other end of the table. I'm going to pause the camera for a second because otherwise I might be looking around for it and I don't want to waste your time. So I will be right back with the sauce. I'll show you which two sauces I got. All right, and we're back. I was only gone for probably like 15 seconds. It was right on the other side, so I was able to easily get it. I was feeling, because you can get two sauces, and you can get any sauces that you want, but me personally, I said, well, if I could customize this, I'm going to go a little spicy tonight, you know? That's why I've got this kind of reddish tie. So I got Bayou Buffalo sauce, and I got Sweet Heat sauce. So, you know, one I guess is more of just like your standard hot sauce, and the other is maybe some hot sauce with a little bit of a sweetness there too. So far so good. I mean, in terms of what the meal looks like for the price, you could see quantity-wise you're getting a good amount of food. You can customize it a couple ways. But what's important is that we understand and know that the food tastes good, because otherwise, what's the point if you waste, $8 or $6 on this not bin necessarily, this little box full of fried garbage if it's bad. So let's find out. Let's find out if it's good or not. First, we're going to try out the shrimp, then we're going to try out the chicken. We'll see what it tastes like. The Popeyes Surf and Turf combo going in. Just a quick cross-section. I think I'll sample a little bit of everything, then we'll give a rounded assessment. You ever wonder where the expression for food, surf and turf, you ever wonder where that came from? I looked it up before I did the review, I'll tell you. Cross-section. Now, surfing has been around for a while, and I mean, we know that, people still surf to this day. I mean, it's still a popular thing, especially in some parts of the country. If you remember back in the 60s, surfing did take on a bit more popularity back then. You had all these different surf rock bands, like the Beach Boys, for instance, and all that sort of stuff. Well, anyway, as more people started focusing on surfing, as its cultural significance at the time started increasing, there were a few interesting observations that came to be. Just because you're going to get on a surfboard doesn't necessarily mean that you're any good at it, right? We know that. And of course, in those instances, you have yourself a famous wipeout. Well, in some such instances, it was noted that if someone's really, they just don't know what they're doing or just luck isn't on their side, while they're still in the ocean, perhaps due to shock or for some sort of reason, maybe it's just instinctual, their mouth will be slightly agape. some of the water, and whatever is in the ocean water, obviously, will get into their mouth. That's the surf. As they continue to wipe out, and they reach the shore, they usually face plant into the ground. And again, with their mouth slightly open, the sand is going to get in there a little bit, not in, mass quantities or anything, but it's going to happen. And usually what happens is they hit their head so hard, they're disoriented, they don't know what the heck is going on, so they think the sand is chicken. So surf, the sea water, and turf, the soil, but people think it's chicken because of a head injury they sustained. The more you know. That's one way to pass the time in what would have been an arduous consumption sequence. All right, we're just going to bang through this right now. Number 1, it's good. Review's over. That's it. If you wanted your time consolidated, that's it. Go for it then. It's good. Now, in further detail, specifically, let's go to the butterfly shrimp first. It was enjoyable. The butterfly shrimp for a time were my favorite thing on their menu, believe it or not. Then they started getting bad in like 2017, and it was not that good. They've since improved on them, which is good. That's a big plus. I like how tender it is. It's really tender, it's flavorful, but you could also see that there's this nice juxtaposition between the crispy breading on the outside of the shrimp as opposed to the soft and tender interior. It doesn't necessarily taste fishy or anything, which is good. So it's good quality, tastes good. A little bit of Cajun seasoning, so there's a little bit of spice in that breading too. So you're getting a little bit of spice with that shrimp. So the shrimp are good. I like it. You could eat the whole thing if you want, and that's fine. Chicken tenders. I got the spicy chicken tenders. Again, you could see that they're pretty big, which I also like, that they're not these tiny little things. Again, real good blend. Think of like we were talking about with the shrimp. Same characteristics in terms of the spice that's mostly in the breading. Now the tenders are a little spicier than the shrimp because I specifically got the spicy ones. But again, it's those same similar Cajun spices that really provide that kick. The spice kind of lingers a bit, and we're going to try out real quick the different sauces as well. But overall good. Good amount of chicken, good quality, juicy, flavorful, tender. And you could definitely see that while the tenders are big, it's not like it's all just breading. That's not what that all is. Yeah, they're crispy, which is great. You get a nice crunch in there too. Well seasoned, very flavorful. But there's a good amount of chicken too, which is important. The fries are pretty standard. They're just your seasoned fries, a little salty. They got some pepper on them as well. And they're fine, they're standard fries. It's like nothing to really rave over. The biscuit, on the other hand, was alright. It's a little dry. I don't think it's the freshest biscuit in the world. But in the end, I think most people are going to be getting this for the shrimp, for the chicken, maybe for the side. The biscuit is going to be like an afterthought. So, all things considered, pretty good. Alright, so quality-wise, I'm happy with it. That's good. Let's try out the sauces real quick. Sweet heat, which I presume is spicy with a hint of sweetness. I don't know what else it would be. We'll try it real quick. That sauce, much hotter than I thought it would be. Has a nice sweetness to it. It's like what the name implies, but a lot of the time, the way fast food is, they say something spicy and it's like, yeah, right, give me a break. Of course it's not going to be. That sauce, if you want some sweetness, but you want a real kick, get it with the tenders. It's really going to take that to the next level in terms of spice, and you're going to be feeling it, let me tell you. And then this is Bayou Buffalo. This looks more like an oil-based sauce, very oily. we will rip off this part of the tender. We'll try this out so there isn't any cross-contamination. That's more like a standard hot sauce. Honestly, I like the sweet heat better. The Bayou Buffalo is just, it's more runny. It's not as spicy, and I don't know, it's alright, but it's just more on the bland side. Definitely, if you want some more flavor and some spice, go with the sweet heat sauce and use it on the tenders. I think that's going to be, it complements it quite nicely. Alright, therefore, out of 10, I would say the Popeyes Surf and Turf combo is a good deal. Good price, good quality food, good amount of everything, good quantity, and tastes good with the exception of the biscuit, but that's alright, you know, it's like, again, I think that's kind of an afterthought. What's important is that it's a pretty good deal, good food, I'm happy with it. So therefore, out of 10, I'm going to give the Popeyes Surf and Turf combo an 8.2 out of 10. Everything tastes pretty good, a bit above average. Obviously, it's just fast food and stuff, so, you know, don't expect world-class seafood or anything, but I'm happy with it, so there you go. That's all that I have for you. I'm your host, The Report of the Week. Until next time.